Hi, I am B.N. Patil, the founder, president and the principal of KVV Samiti's Sri N.V. Patil Memorial PU College, Vijaypur. In today's class, we will discuss some important questions on motion in one dimension. Let us take the first question. The position of a particle as a function of time t is given by x of t equal to at plus bt square minus ct cube, where a, b and c are constants. When the particle attains zero acceleration, then its velocity will be. The options are: first one a plus b square by 4c, second one a plus b square by 3c, third one a plus b square by c, and fourth one a plus b square by 2c. Here, position of a particle with respect to time is given. X of t is equal to at plus bt square minus ct cube. Here a, b, c are the constants. Now the question is, what is the velocity of the particle when its acceleration becomes 0? So here position is given, we can find the velocity. So velocity is given by dx by dt. So we differentiate this with respect to time. So differentiation of at is a plus differentiation of bt square is 2bt. Then the differentiation of ct cube is ct square. This is velocity. Then acceleration is equal to dv by dt, differentiation of velocity with respect to time. So we differentiate this with respect to time. Then here differentiation of a is 0 because it is a constant. Then the differentiation of 2bt is 2b minus differentiation of this is 6ct. And here the condition is acceleration is given 0, right? Therefore this is 0. So when it becomes 0, this implies 2b is equal to 6ct, or this implies t is equal to 2b by 6c, or you can write b by 3c. 2 ones are 2 3s are, so b by 3c. So acceleration becomes 0 at t equal to b by 3c. So you substitute this condition here, then you will get velocity when acceleration becomes 0. Therefore, velocity when acceleration is 0 is equal to, so here we have to substitute t equal to b by 3c. So first one is a plus 2b, in place of t I will write b by 3c, then minus 3c, in place of t I will write this, then b square by 9c square, that is equal to, okay, now here 2a plus 2b square by 3c, and this one c gets cancelled, 3 ones are 3 3s are, so minus b square by 3c, that is equal to a, here 2b square by 3c minus b square by 3c means we get b square by 3c. So velocity is equal to a plus b square by 3c and acceleration is 0. This is the answer. Let us take the next question. A particle starts from origin O from rest and moves with a uniform acceleration along the positive x-axis. Identify all figures that correctly represent the motion qualitatively. A equal to acceleration, v is velocity, x is displacement, and t is time. The options are: first one b, c, second one a, third one a, b and c, fourth one a, b and d. Here 4 graphs are given. Which of these 4 graphs represents the motion of a particle which starts from rest and moves with constant acceleration. Okay, so you observe the first graph. The first graph is acceleration versus time. Here the graph is parallel to x-axis. That means acceleration remains constant. That means it is uniform acceleration. So the first graph represents that motion. Second one, here it is velocity time graph. It is a straight line. Straight line means here velocity is increasing at by equal distance in equal interval of time. That means it also represents uniform acceleration. So this is also correct. And here this third graph at t equal to 0, already the particle has some displacement. But in our case, the particle starts from origin. So this cannot be our required graph. And you consider this. This is also displacement versus time graph. So the curve is exponential curve. So this represents uniform acceleration. So these three graphs represent motion of a particle starting from rest and moving with uniform acceleration. Now the third question. A particle starts from the origin at time t equal to 0 and moves along the positive x-axis. The graph of velocity with respect to time is shown in the figure. What is the position of the particle at time t equal to 5 seconds? The options are first one 10 meter, second 6 meter, third 3 meter and fourth 9 meter. Here velocity time graph is given and we have to find the position of the particle at t equal to 5 seconds. You know that the area under velocity time graph gives you the distance traveled. We have to find position at t equal to 5 seconds means we have to find distance traveled by the particles in 5 seconds. Therefore, we have to take area of this graph. This is here the solid line is the graph, right? So we have to find area under the graph up to 5 seconds because we have to find distance traveled in 5 seconds. So we have to take area up to 5 seconds. Okay. So here this graph can be divided like this: one rectangle triangle, then here one square, and here one rectangle. So distance covered in 5 seconds is equal to area of this triangle plus area of this square plus area of this rectangle. Therefore x is equal to area of the triangle is given by 1 by 2 base into height. Base is 2, height is also 2, plus area of this square, length into breadth. Here length is 2 and breadth is also 2. So 2 into 2 plus area of this rectangle. We have to take only up to 5 seconds. Okay. So this is 1 into 3. 1 into 3. So 2 gets cancelled. So 2 plus 4 plus 3. That is 9 meter. So the position of the particle at t equal to 5 seconds is 9 meter. Remember this. Area under the velocity time graph gives the distance. Now let us take the third question. In a car race on a straight road, car A takes a time t less than car B at the finish and passes finishing point with a speed v more than of car B. Both the cars start from rest and travel with a constant acceleration a1 and a2 respectively. Then v is equal to. If you take TA as the time taken by car A and TB as the time taken by car B, then we can write TA is equal to TB minus T, because car A takes T seconds less than car B. It is also given that at the finishing point, the speed of car A is V more than speed of car B. So if you take VA as the speed of car A and VB as the speed of car B, then we can write VA is equal to VB plus V, because speed of car A is V more than speed of car B. It is also given that the acceleration of car A is A1 and acceleration of car B is A2, and both the car starts from rest. Therefore, the initial velocity of both the cars is 0. And here we have to find the expression for V. This is our problem. Okay. So here V is given, U is given, accelerations is given, time is given. So what is the equation connecting V, U, A and T? It is V is equal to U plus AT. We apply this formula to both car A and car B. First let us apply this formula to car A. For car A we can write VA is equal to U, means initial speed. Initial speed for car A is 0, therefore it becomes 0. Then acceleration for car A is A1, and time taken by car A is TB minus T, or you can write it as A1 TB minus A1 T. You call it as equation 1. Similarly, 1 minute. But here VA is equal to VB plus V. So we can write it as VB plus V is equal to A1 TB minus A1 T. You call it as equation 1. Similarly, we can apply the same formula to car B. Then it becomes VB is equal to U. For car B, U is 0 and acceleration is A2, and time taken by car B is TB. So A2 TB. You call it as equation 2. Now you subtract equation 2 from equation 1. We will subtract. So this minus this. Okay, subtracting. Okay. So VB plus V minus VB means we will get V is equal to this side A1 TB minus A2 TB means we can write A1 minus A2 TB, then minus A1 T. Okay, you call it as equation 3. This is the expression for V, but here TB is there. We have to eliminate this TB. For that we will take one more formula. Okay. Here suppose the distance covered by car A and car B to complete the race is X. Okay. Here both car A and car B have covered the same distance. Therefore let us take XA is equal to XB. Here we will apply the formula X equal to UT plus half AT square. X equal to UT plus half AT square. So first we apply for car A. Then for car A, UT, U is 0. So U into T becomes 0. So leave it. Then half A is for car A is A1. Then T square. T is TB minus T square. You call it as okay. And next XB. We apply the same formula for car B. For car B also U is 0. Therefore UT becomes 0. Then half A. For car B A is A2 and T square. For car B T is TB. Okay. Now in these two equations 1 by 2 gets cancelled, and here square is there. to remove the square, we will take square root on both sides. Then we get square root of a1 into tb minus t is equal to square root of a2 into tb. Then we will bring tb terms one side. So here square root of a1 tb, if you bring it here, minus square root of a2 tb, so we can write square root of a1 minus square root of a2 tb. Then what remains here? Square root of a1 t minus square root of a1 t. I will send it to the other side. Then it becomes plus the square root of a1 t. Therefore, we can write tb is equal to root a1 t divided by square root of a1 minus square root of a2. Now I substitute this tb in equation 3. In this equation, v equal to a1 minus a2 tb. Here in place of tb, I will substitute this. Okay. Then we get v is equal to a1 minus a2 into tb. In place of tb, I will write root a1 into t divided by square root of a1 minus square root of a2. Then minus a1t minus a1t. So now in the denominator there is irrational number. So I will do rationalization. So what is the rationalizing factor of this? Root a1 plus root a2. So I will multiply both numerator and denominator by root a1 plus root a2. Then you will get a1 minus a2 into root a1 plus root a2. Okay, I multiply numerator by this. Then square root of a1t. Then minus a1t. And in the denominator, if we multiply this with root a1 plus root a2, then it becomes root a1 square minus root a2 square. That becomes a1 minus a2. Now this a1 minus a2 gets cancelled. So now you multiply this root a1 into root a1t. Next plus root this into this root a1 into a2t. Then here minus a1t. Here plus a1t minus a1t gets cancelled, and finally we will get root a1 into a2 into t. So this is expression for v, and this is our answer. Now the next question. A ball is thrown vertically up from the ground. The correct momentum height diagram is. Here 4 graphs are given. The question is, which of these 4 graphs represents the motion of a ball thrown vertically upwards? These are the graphs of momentum versus height. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Here mass of the ball is fixed. Therefore, momentum is directly proportional to velocity. Momentum varies exactly same as velocity. So, in case of a ball thrown vertically upwards, as the height increases, the velocity of the ball decreases, and when the ball reaches the maximum height, the velocity decreases. Then the ball starts moving in the opposite direction. In the opposite direction, the velocity goes on increasing, but height goes on decreasing. This is how the ball moves, right? So now, here I can write the equation for velocity of a ball. The equation can be written as v square minus 2gh Using the equation v square equal to u square plus 2as. Here a is equal to minus g, therefore here we will get minus 2g, and s is height, so h. Okay, so here the initial speed u is constant, fixed. We give the initial speed, that one is fixed. Therefore here v square is proportional to minus 2gh. This is the equation of a parabola in the opposite direction or having the opposite face. You know that the general formula of parabola is y square is equal to 4ax. So this equation represents a parabola. So out of these four options, these two are parabolas having opposite face, right? Here negative sign indicates opposite face. So these two, so these cannot be the answer. We have to select out of these two. Now here we consider the nature of motion. As I told you before, as the height increases, velocity decreases, and as height decreases, velocity increases. So that is rightly represented by this graph. See, as the height increases, the velocity decreases, as a result momentum also decreases. And when the height becomes maximum, the velocity and momentum become minimum. Then the bar starts moving in the opposite direction. So as height decreases, the momentum increases in the opposite direction. So this graph correctly represents the motion of a ball thrown vertically upwards. A particle is moving with speed v is equal to b root x along positive x-axis. Calculate the speed of the particle at time t is equal to tau. Assume that the particle is at origin at t equal to 0. The options are b square tau by 4, second one b square tau by 2, third one b square tau, and fourth one b square tau by root 2. Here the velocity of a particle is given by v is equal to b root x. Now the question is, what is the velocity of the particle at t is equal to tau seconds? See, if this expression involves t, then easily we can find velocity at t. But in the expression there is no t, right? So some modification is required for this equation. So what I do is, v can be written as dx by dt. dx by dt is equal to b root x, or you can write it as b x raised to 1 by 2. Now I will bring this x1 by 2 this side. Then it becomes x raised to minus 1 by 2, and here dx is there. I will send this dt to other side. Then it becomes b dt. Now you take integration. Integrating both sides. Integration of x raised to minus 1 by 2 can be written as x raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 equal to b dt. Integration b is constant, I write it as it is. Integration of dt is t. Now this implies x raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means x raised to 1 by 2, and in the denominator also 1 by 2 is equal to bt, or we can write it as 1 by 2, when it goes to the numerator it becomes 2, and x raised to 1 by 2 can be written as root x. 2 root x is equal to bt. Therefore root x is equal to bt by 2. Now I substitute this in this equation. Then this equation becomes v is equal to b, in place of root x I will write this, then bt by 2. Then it is b square t divided by 2. Now this expression involves t. So now to find the velocity at t equal to tau, simply you substitute t equal to tau in this equation. Then you will get velocity at t is equal to tau is equal to b square. In place of t I will put tau. So b square tau by 2. So this is the answer.
Next question. A passenger train of length 60 meter travels at a speed of 80 km per hour. Another freight train of length 120 meter travels at a speed of 30 km per hour. The ratio of times taken by the passenger train to completely cross the freight train when first one they are moving in same direction and second in opposite directions is. The options are first one 11 by 5, second one 5 by 2, third one 3 by 2, fourth one 25 by 11.
In this problem, two trains are given. One is 60 meter length and it is moving with a speed of 80 km per hour. Second one is 120 meter length and it is moving with a speed of 30 km per hour. We have to find T1 by T2. Where T1 is time taken to cross each other and both are moving in the same direction. And T2 is time taken by the two trains to cross each other when they are moving in the opposite direction. Okay? Yes. So you know that time is equal to distance by speed. Here for the trains to cross each other, they have to travel a distance equal to 120 plus 60, that is 180 meter. So in both the cases, distance is same. Therefore, this d is constant. If d is constant, then t will be proportional to relative velocity. Here both the trains are moving parallel to each other, therefore we have to take relative velocity here. So now first, when both the trains are moving in the same direction, the relative velocity, I will write it as VR1. Relative velocity is equal to 80 minus 30 is equal to 50 km per hour. This is relative velocity when both the trains are moving in the same direction. And VR2 is relative velocity when both the trains are moving in the opposite direction. In that case, the relative velocity is equal to 80 plus 30, that is 110 km per hour. If T1 is the time taken when to cross each other, when both the trains are moving in the same direction, then we can write T1 proportional to 1 by VR1 according to this. Here time is inversely proportional to relative velocity. Therefore, T1 is 1 by VR1. Similarly, T2 is 1 by VR2. Now we want the ratio of these two, T1 by T2. Therefore, T1 by T2 is equal to 1 by VR1 divided by 1 by VR2, that is equal to VR2 by VR1. Okay, that is VR2 is how much? 110 and VR1 is how much? 50. So 0 gets cancelled. The ratio is 11:5. So the ratio of the time is 11:.
Now we are taking the last question of today's session. This is little tricky question. You have to pay more attention to such questions. Ship A is sailing towards northeast with velocity v is equal to 30I plus 50j km per hour, where I points east and j north. Ship B is at a distance of 80 km east and 150 km north of ship A and is sailing towards west at 10 km per hour. A will be at minimum distance from B in. The options are 1. 4.2 hours, 2. 2.6 hours, 3 3.2 hours, 4 2.2 hours.
It is a little tricky question. I have chosen this problem from 2019 April morning session question paper. Okay. So here it is given that ship A is sailing towards northeast with velocity 30 I plus 50 J km per hour. Here I is pointing towards east and J is pointing towards north. And it is also given that ship B is sailing towards west with 10 km per hour. So I have written VB is equal to minus 10 I km per hour because ship B is sailing towards west. Here I is unit vector towards east, but ship B is moving towards west. So I have written it as minus 10 I km per hour. And it is also given that ship B is at 80 km towards east and 150 km towards north with respect to ship A. If I assume ship A is at the origin, therefore RA is equal to 0, then I can write position of ship B as RB equal to 80 I plus 150 J. These are present positions of the ship A and ship B. Now the question is, at what time the separation between ship B and ship A will be minimum? Okay, yes, this is present position of ship A and ship B. Let us find the position of ship A and ship B after t seconds. I will write it as RA dash. RA dash is position of ship A after t seconds. So that can be written as RA plus VA into t. This is present position plus distance traveled by the ship in t seconds. That gives you position of ship A after t seconds. So that is equal to, here RA is 0 and VA is 30I plus 50J into t. Similarly, after t seconds, ship B will be at, I will write it as RB dash. RB dash is equal to RB plus VB into T. Here RB is present position of the ship. Present position of the ship is 80I plus 150J plus VBT. VB is minus 10I into T. Then what is the separation between ship B and A after t seconds? I will write the separation between ship B and A. I will write it as RBA. Okay. So RBA is equal to RB dash minus RA dash. That is equal to RB dash is this one, 80I plus 150J minus 10I T. Then minus RA minus RA dash. RA dash is minus 30I T. Then minus 50J T. If we simplify this, first we will write the I terms. Okay, I terms 1, 2, 3. Here it is minus 10 IT minus 30 IT means minus 40 IT. So I can write 80 minus 40 T I. This is 40 Ti. So minus 40 T. Then J terms. J terms are here. Plus 150 J, here minus 50 T J. This is RBA. Then what is the magnitude of RBA? Magnitude of RBA will be square root of 80 minus 40 T square plus 150 minus 50t square. This is magnitude of the separation between two ships. Therefore, RBA square, if I square this, then the square root will be removed. Then square of this, here I will apply the formula a minus b bracket square. A minus b bracket square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So a square minus 2ab means 6400t minus 2ab plus b square is 1600t square. Similarly here a square means 150 square. 150 square is 22,500 minus 2ab 2 into 50 100 into this 15,000. So 15,000 here minus 2a minus 2ab plus b square. B square is 2,500 t square. Now simplify this. First I will write t square term. So 1, 2. So 2,500 plus 1,600, that is 4,100 t square. Next t terms. T terms here and here. It is minus 15,000 minus 6,400. So minus 21,400 t. Next remaining constant term, this and this. So 22,500 plus 6,400, that is 28,400. Now I will differentiate this with respect to time. Then you will get 2 d RBA by dt is equal to, differentiation of this will be 8,200 t minus 21,400. You know that RBA will be minimum if differentiation of RBA is equal to 0. Therefore, I will write it equal to 0. I want minimum. RBA is the distance between or separation between ship A and ship B. So separation between ship A and ship B is minimum if RBA by dt is 0. Therefore, I have written 0 here. So this implies t is equal to, okay, if I send it to right side, then it becomes plus 21,400, and here it is 8,200 into t. So if I send it to other side, it becomes division. So divided by 8,200. Now two zeros gets cancelled. Then 214 by 82 is 2.6 second. So at t is equal to 2.6 second, the separation between ship B and ship A will be minimum. This is the answer. This is little tricky question. You have to pay more attention to such problems.